All right, welcome, welcome. We are talking about goals today, which is so perfect. Yesterday was the first day of spring. So March 21st, second day of spring, let's revisit our goals. Let's do a check-in, and let's talk about what we are going to do now that we are in a new season and making spring just super fantastic. So I would love to know with everybody that's on here, if you were able to set your goals in January. Mary did an awesome training just on kind of like planning our businesses, goals and things like that. So did you guys set your goals? Is there anything that you can, and if you did, or if you even just wrote down 2 or 3 things, can you guys go and grab those for a moment? And then we're going to come back to that in a second. So I just wanted to make sure that I told everybody to go and grab that. And even if somebody's watching on replay, they can go and grab their goals, and then we can talk through a few things and then come back to that. So what I want to talk about is, and maybe I can share, let me see if I can share my screen on this and find, okay, hang on. This is my technology, like coming into play here. Okay, share screen. We're gonna go right here. Okay, can you guys see my screen right here? My little smart goals that I pulled up?
Yes.
I did not make my own graphic. I just pulled one from the internet. But this is what I want to talk about with goals. So this is what I always think about when I am talking about creating goals. I always keep this in mind, is SMART, and it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Because if we don't have all of these parts in our goal setting, it's really, really difficult to meet a goal. So when I've been talking to clients that I coach, or even my kids, myself, really and truly, if we don't set the very first one as a very specific goal, and we just go, I want to have a lucrative business, that is too large of a goal for us to be able to accomplish. We have to break it down. So maybe that's your overarching huge goal, but really we need something specific, and even more specific than I want to rank up to the next level. That's even too general. What we need to do is continue to break it down, break it down, break it down until it becomes so specific that it is something we can measure and we can actually accomplish, and that we can put a time constraint to. So does that make sense to everybody? To make sure that we're breaking down goals so that they are actually bite-sized. So I would love to take, and I don't know, okay, I would love if we could have this up as we're chatting, but we will not have it up as we're chatting because I want to talk with you guys too. So I would love to take a goal and walk through what it looks like to make it into a SMART goal. So is anyone willing to give me a goal that you have? And then we'll talk through it together. I can go do one of my goals if you guys want, but I love to take a goal and like talk through it if you guys want to. Is there any goals that you have?
I'll do that because I think it'll help other people too.
Okay.
Because I'm was sick a lot of January and then got COVID in the beginning of February. So I was still sick. I'm doing great now. But so my business kind of has faltered because of all of that. And it was seriously just the strength that I had, post illness was only enough that I could do my job, every day. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to relaunch my business. That's
perfect.
So I know that's going to help a lot of other people too.
Okay, this is a fabulous goal. And this is so great. Thank you, Denise, for being willing to share, because that is a fabulous, fabulous goal. And I think a lot of people have that goal, or even if they're not saying relaunch their business, they're definitely wanting to grow their business. So relaunching your business though, let's stay specific to that. So specific goal is relaunching your business. But that we're going to take and we're going to break down into smaller goals, because even though we can say our big goal is to relaunch our business, and let's put a time on that, how long are we taking to relaunch our business? Are you wanting to do this like by the end of the month? Are you, looking to do this in 4 weeks? Like, are you looking to do this week? Like, what are you looking for as far as that big goal time? Because we can't really do some of the other parts of that with that big goal, but it is important, even with those large goals, to set a time, because then we can measure out what we need to do to meet that in the more specific goals that we get to. So tell me what you're thinking as far as relaunching your business. What are you looking for as like a date to get that done and get that going?
I'm looking at by the end of the first week of April. So that would be what, by April 6th?
By April 6th. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And Mary and Beth, if you guys want to jump in with any ideas as we're like discussing this and breaking down this goal of relaunching your business, please unmute, jump in, all of that kind of good stuff. Okay. So we've got our overarching goal of, okay, I want to relaunch my business basically in about 2.5 weeks. Like I really want to get this like out. I want this done. I want this, we're really rolling. Okay. So what would be one of our first goals that we're going to get more bite-sized and specific into doing this? What's the first step in relaunching your business?
I would say planning my post.
Perfect. Yeah.
My
Planning. So are you going to have,
yeah.
are you going to have an event? Are you going to have an online event,
Okay.
an in-person event? What are you planning to have as the big, basically the conversion event is what I like to call it, because that goes across all businesses, but it's converting people from being watching and consuming, post content information to purchasing from you. And so that conversion event, what are you planning on doing for your event? Are you doing something online, in person, or both?
I would have to say online.
Okay, perfect. So online. So let's set a date for an online event. That would be the first thing, is we want to have this done by the 6th. Let's set a date. We know the next step is set a date for your conversion event. So what day do you want to be doing that?
Oh, I don't know. Let me think about that. Most likely on a Saturday. So let me look at the calendar, because I'm working during the week.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
and I don't know if that's the best day of the week to do it. I certainly, yeah, let's say
think about too an evening, because weekends can get kind of crazy for people, but it also gives people the ability to be there. And Beth, I don't know if you have suggestions on, a good time you've seen for your team as far as, online of people attending, or, all that kind of stuff.
What we usually do is we usually do a 3-day event, throw everybody into Facebook. Christy has created through Visly, she has created that you just plug and play. You can copy and paste all the post into your event, that kind of thing for her team. A lot of people use that, but it doesn't have to be that. It can really be, hey, I'm either relaunching or whatever, however you want to do it. And put those people, if you already have a community group, then use your community group for that. If you don't have a community group, create one. And that way you're starting with excitement and, fresh news. And do a 3-day, say start at 8 p.m. You're going to go live. Whoever you work closest with should go live with you in that group. Talk about, the excitement of products, what your favorite products are, give a little overview, 15 minutes at the most. And then say, I'm going to be loading information into this group for the next few days. I would love for you guys to interact. I would love to hear what you think. So everybody be sure and comment, because you're helping me when you do that. And then at the end of that 3 days, during that time, you're going to be going to these people and saying, hey, you know, if somebody comments on a collagen post, you're going to go to them and you're going to say, hey, voice text, this is the best collagen I've ever used. Here are the benefits of it. Here's what it's done for me. Here's what it's done for my customers. Send them some testimonials, and you're going to get them on the track with a sub and save order. Okay. Then at the end of that, you can always do a giveaway. You can always say, hey, I'm giving away a bag of Arise to one person who, anybody who places an order or who signs in or fills out a customer form, however you want to do it. I'm going to give away a bag of Arise at 8 p.m. 3 days from now. And so everybody be sure, here's my link, go sign up, however you want to do it. It's just totally up to you. You know, you have to be careful kind of with some rules, but then that way you're getting a good start. And after that, you've got a community group already started. You may already have one, but you've already got your community group going, and you're going to keep adding people in that group, and you're going to keep posting testimonials, and you're going to keep tagging those people who said, hey, I'm interested in collagen. Hey, I'm interested in facial bar. So that would be my suggestion. Sorry, Sam.
No, that's perfect. I love it. And we actually have a team group, but we could do this in our team group. And so that you don't have to create like separate groups. We can actually do, because I would love to do that. I know there's probably other team members that we can pull together and be adding our people and then nurturing our people. And then everybody is helping each other through that. So, you know, there's ways to do that as a team too. And, you know, but these are the things that you need to figure out, is that, okay, so how are we going to do that is definitely one of those specific goals of how you want to set it up, what you want it to look like. And then another specific goal is, how are you going to get people in there? How are you going to invite? How are you going to, you know, are you going to be posting X amount of times on your Facebook and your Instagram to invite people in? You know, what are getting those posts ready? What is all of those things? Those are the specific goals. And then the measurable part is making sure that, you know, you have something to measure. So if you're saying, I'm going to post on social media, it's not just, I'm going to post on social media for the next 2 weeks. It is a measurable goal of, I'm going to post every day on social media to promote the relaunch and get people into my group so I can get them excited, start sharing these things with them. So that's a measurable goal that you can go back and go, okay, at the end of the week, did I post every single day? Nope, I only got 3 days. But guess what? 3 days is better than no days. So that's, and that's okay. So it's not that it has to be exactly perfect, but it's going to be something you can measure instead of something really vague. And then attainable, is saying, I'm going to post on social media every day. Is that attainable for you? I mean, there's some people that maybe it's not, maybe their schedule is so crazy, but I think most of us, one post a day, we can attain. If we're saying I'm going to post 50 times a day, no, that's probably not attainable, right? Plus you would have a lot of people that would get sick of whatever you're posting. So so make it something that's going to be attainable, that's going to be, that you can actually do. And is it relevant? Is this goal, are the things that you're doing, are they relevant? Absolutely. What you tell me, is it relevant to relaunch your business right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And are the things, and so if your goal is to post on social media, what you're posting, is it relevant? I think that's a good question to ask yourself too. How can I make the things I'm posting, as you're looking at these goals, how can I make the things I'm posting relevant to the people that are going to be reading this, watching this, so that they're going to want to come and join my group? What is it that I'm going to put out there instead of just a picture of, a bottle of detox, I'm going to tell a story about how either I or someone I know has used this and it has helped them change, their gut health. Or I'm going to post a before and after of, the collagen, but I'm going to tell a story about how this person has been taking collagen for 6 months and, their hair used to be thin and straggly and now it's full and thick. And how, maybe I've wanted that myself, or, I've seen that personally. So telling it through stories, make it relevant, and then time bound, like we talked about. So, if we're talking about the specific goal, as we've broken down some of these goals in posting on social media to get people into your event, into your launch, then time bound, every single week, I'm going to do this. So that gives you the time constraint of every week you're checking in. Every week you're looking and you're going, okay, I met that. Now maybe I need to change that. And maybe my measurements are not specific enough and my goal wasn't specific enough. And I need to, change how I measure that or exactly what I'm planning so that I can meet that goal better. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that make sense as we're walking through that? Does that
Oh,
give
yeah.
you a little bit more? Okay.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, absolutely. Yeah. Does make sense.
Perfect. And then, so then as you're looking at your goal, is there more that you want to break down? We've talked about relaunching, we've talked about a time for that, and possibly a date for when you want to set your conversion event. And then you're looking at, okay, how am I going to get people into that by posting on social media? And are there more goals that you want to look at? That's the other thing, is to accomplish that. Are there more goals that you can think of that will help you accomplish your main goal?
I think a goal for me is to this goes back to several of the trainings that have taken place here on Fully Activate You, but just getting back into a rhythm of running my business, because I got sick like the day after Christmas. So there was that whole holiday thing. And then that whole, then my whole journey of that. But so I completely, not just in my business, but just in my life in general, I've totally lost my rhythm and I'm trying to get back there again. And so that, to me, that has to be the goal, of like how to get back into the rhythm of working my business, my dailies,
Absolutely.
So absolutely important for me right now to do that.
I love that goal too. And so that is a different goal than launching your business. But I love, and we can have multiple goals. I mean, all of us have multiple goals that we're working on at a time.
Yes.
And so looking at that one, breaking that one down, what is that going to look like for you, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis? And so look at what that looks like. And then maybe find an accountability partner. I know Jenny was talking to me about having accountability on some of those daily actions. So maybe checking in on each other would be a good thing to have accountability on that. And so, I think that that's another key part, is if we find ourselves in our goals and in these SMART goals, being an entrepreneur to me is one of the most difficult things. We don't have a boss. We are our own boss. And so a lot of times I and myself, I know, can go, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, well, no one's like, I don't have pressure from someone like in my ear, you better do this or you're going to get fired. And so that can be the hardest part, is getting the things done, motivating yourself and having accountability. So grabbing somebody else as an accountability partner, hugely impactful for your business. Hugely impactful.
I think another thing, Sam, is to have a daily method of operation. If you're doing a DMO and you are setting an appointment with yourself every day, then that is where I see things change.
Yes.
So if you're doing your team may not be doing a power hour every day, okay? But you have to get yourself back into rhythm, and everybody knows exactly what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody, what you're saying is exactly what we have all gone through. And some of us are going through it now. Some of us have gone through it last week or 2 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's not, you're not saying something that people don't understand. You're
Yeah.
saying an experience that we've all had. So in my opinion, the best way is to block off
Yeah.
30 minutes to an hour every day, preferably an hour, because sometimes it takes you that long. Sometimes it takes me 15 minutes to think what I'm going to post on social. Sometimes it takes me, like, I can sit there and look straight up for 15 minutes, getting myself in gear, you know? So I feel like if you can block off 1 hour and do that consistently every day for at least a month, every day. And I'm not talking about Sundays, you know, I'm talking about 6 days a week, 5 days a week. Make it your goal. I'm spending at least 1 hour doing the same activities every day and getting myself into the rhythm where if I don't do this, I know that I'm spinning my wheels backwards. I want to keep moving my wheels forward. I guess my internet's messed up. Anyway, so think about the activities that propel your business. Okay. What are the income producing activities that you need to be doing? That's following up with people. That's gaining customers. That is posting on social is not income producing. So we need to be thinking about, you know, messaging people about joining your team. That's income producing.
Right.
And I can say this, there's so many people who think, oh, I'm just going to throw this out there and I hope that people will ask me about it. If you're not intentionally sending messages to people saying, are you interested in joining my team? Are you open to new business opportunities? Are you monetizing your social media? If you're not sending those messages every day, you are you're not doing income producing activity. That's the only way. People think that by just putting something out there, hey, I made a reel. Hey, I you know, your reel can get 700 views, but that doesn't mean anybody's joining your team or buying your product. So if you are not specifically asking, if you are not specifically going to them in text, messenger, by phone, then you are not doing income producing activity. It always boggles my mind when I talk to people and they'll say, well, I posted about collagen and nobody said anything. Nobody even commented on my post. Oh, really? Imagine that. Who knows who saw it? You don't know who saw it. You don't know if somebody saw it and because you didn't ask them. That's the thing. We have to be proactive, and the people who are building this business, the people who are moving the needle forward, they're the ones that are spending that hour every day doing the messaging people, calling people, texting people and saying, hey, I think this opportunity could be for you. It's ground floor. Our products are second to none. Being the face and bringing the people in, that's where you're gonna see the needle go.
Yeah.
Just a side note.
Nope, 100%. And that's actually was the next thing I was going to tell you on your goal of relaunching your business is one of the most important, more specific goals is that you need to be reaching out to people individually that you already know, and then creating new contacts and inviting them to your launch or your relaunch, because that is the way that you're going to get people excited about it and to know about it. It's not just going to be posting stuff. It's going to be posting things, but also they're going to start seeing your post when you are engaging them in Messenger, when you're going onto their post, you're, you know, commenting on their stuff. They're going to start seeing what you're posting, what you're sharing in stories. You guys are going to be so excited about this. You know, this is what's happening. This is, you know, the stuff that I've been telling you over and over. You know, all of that kind of stuff happens as you're reaching out to people who have either you've talked to before about it, you know that they're interested in it, come invite them to the event, even if they're already in the group, go and invite them, say, this is happening. You need to make sure you're engaged, you're in this, and then start creating new contacts, friending new people, following new people on Instagram, messaging them, so that you are creating a buzz about it. You have to create that buzz. And that's why I love conversion events, whether they're in person, online, whatever it is. You have something to start a conversation about. You have a direct thing to start a conversation about. You can always, and you should always, be having these conversations with people, like Beth was saying, reaching out to people. If someone likes if you put a post out and people like it, those are the exact people you should message and be like, hey, thank you so much for liking my post. Do you use a collagen? Are you they saw it, so you can message them about it. But when you have a conversion event, that is my favorite, because it's something that you are giving huge value in the event. You're giving them all of this wonderful value of information of not only our products, but clean living in general, all of these recipes, all of these tips, all of this stuff. You're giving huge value. So it's a great time to re-engage people and invite them to something that you are giving back. Basically, you're serving them truly from your heart, sharing things that have helped you. And so it's a great time to invite people to come and be a part of that, whether they're old or new acquaintances and contacts. So anyway, that was my next thing. So Beth, that was perfect. You're right on mine. No, and it's exactly, no, and don't be sorry. This is the knowledge that we're here to share. This is what we see is working. And when Beth is saying that daily action, and income producing actions that she is seeing, and that we all see as we do them or our team is doing them, that's what we want everybody to have. That's not a secret. We don't want to keep secrets about like how to build your business. We want to share it all so everybody can have an amazing, thriving business. That's the point of doing these trainings.
Yeah, absolutely. You are also generous with your time and with the training. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Here's what I know. I've done this for 14 years. Okay. I didn't know what a power hour was when I started. I didn't know what anything was. I didn't know my head from a hole when it came to this industry. Knew nothing. Okay. But here's what I know. Once somebody talked to me about doing power hours, which is whether it's your own, whether it's your team doing it, or whether it's your own self, doing those specific things every day and making that a priority and doing it consistently. The times that my team has been doing that, that's the times that my team grew. That is when I saw a huge increase in business, huge jump in numbers, when everybody is on board, rolling together, and everybody is excited because you're working together a lot of times. But when people are consistent and doing the daily things, that's when I've seen the needle drastically go forward.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
I love that. All right, we've got a little over time, but so I haven't even revisited all of our other goals. But basically, this is a time for definitely making sure that you do revisit your goals from January. And I think for me, I like to revisit every 3 months, about every quarter, to really check in. Have I done what I said I wanted to do? Was this broken down enough and specific enough for me to actually attain this goal? And just revisiting those things and maybe recreating some of the goals that I had, or staying on track with the goals, whatever it is. And so revisiting those goals, making sure that they're SMART goals, and continue consistently going forward with it, because really that's the key, is that consistency, like Beth said. It is, and like you said, Denise, getting back in that groove. It's that daily continual action forward, and not forgetting or letting it fall by the wayside. And that's what I was saying, as an entrepreneur, I'm not going to be in your ear saying, you better get your stuff done. Like no one's going to be doing that to you. So we have to have that internal motivation and be willing to do that. And so, make that commitment to yourself, make that commitment to your business and to the goals that you are setting, and you'll see great things happen. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Denise, for being willing to
So
talk
much.
through some of this.
Love
I
you
hope
guys.
it was
Thank
helpful.
you.
All right. Have a good day. Talk to you
Thanks.
later.
Bye.
Bye.